Hey guys, so today I'm going to share with you a fairly advanced flow that's going to turn your prospects into customers. Now, the number one thing is getting them in the door. Now, once you have them in the door, the biggest issue is converting them into a customer. But there's a lot of things that happen before then, especially if you have some sort of call system where you have to jump on a sales call with them. There's a one call system and there's a two call system that typically happens. Sometimes call it a triage. You have the setter that gets a hold of that individual and makes sure they are a legitimate prospect that moves them over to the salesperson, the closer that closes the deal. Now, a lot happens in between psychologically for a customer or prospect to turn into a customer. Now, what I'm going to share with you is pieces of that psychology that we can do once they've entered into your ecosystem, how to convert them into a paid customer. So let me dive into this here. Now, number one, if you take a look at my screen here, it all starts with submitting a lead. That's number one. One is confirming, qualification confirmed. So we have to be able to confirm with this individual. Is this the individual that is a qualified lead? So there's multiple ways that you could do a qualified lead and a non-qualified lead, right? So sometimes they call it MQL, market qualified lead, and a non-market qualified lead. And a qualified lead is usually based on two things, either time or money. They have the time, but they don't have the money. They have the money, but they don't have the time. Now you want someone who has both, who has the time and the money, who's ready to go invest right now in your product. So that's what you're looking for. Usually it starts with some sort of survey. So you have a video sales letter that starts with some sort of survey. And inside that survey, you're asking questions, very lead scoring type questions. And I'm going to go in another type video that talks about lead scoring. And if it's up, I'll have it in the link here. But basically, we're asking them qualifying questions if they are our target audience. Some of those qualifying questions could be if you have a credit offer. It could be asking about FICO scores. If, for example, we worked with Amazon offer, we're asking about the time, money they have to invest. Are they ready for that type of commitment? Do they understand investments? And so what are the key qualifying questions that you could ask them that will move the needle? And you want to make sure that you ask impactful questions too. Every single question needs to have a very specific reason why you're asking for that question. Either it's a yes or no, like a failure, like it's a qualified lead, not qualified lead, or maybe it could be a qualified lead if then. So like if then statement, right? So that's what needs to happen. So once we qualify this individual, right? Well, first of all, do they qualify? No. Then maybe they might qualify for other services that you have. Maybe you're selling a high ticket offer, $10,000, $20,000, and they just don't have the money, but they have time. So maybe you downsell them to an offer with a less, not as good, high as a capital investment, and that they could qualify for. And then, or maybe they qualify to be an affiliate, right? Or something else. So we got to figure out what do we do with those? Because there's going to be a lot of non-qualified leads that go through. And they're just money sitting there. And if you're not sure what to do with it, feel free to reach out to me and I'll be able to help you out with that. And one of the things that I do here is I help basically turn these subscribers, right, in your email account into paying customers. And looking at all the loss, there's lots of loss that goes inside of email accounts. Either you're overspending for your email because you have subscribers in there that aren't active, aren't doing anything, or you have subscribers in there that are ready to buy, but you just don't know yet. And so that's our main goal is how do you convert them? Now let's assume they are available. Like they say, yes, this is a qualified lead. Perfect. Now, immediately you want to contact them, like within 5 minutes, right? So let's say they fill out a form and they only partially fill it out. And the form would be to book a call. And then, so what you want to do is you want to reach out to them almost immediately, an email follow-up. You can phone call if you can. If you have someone available to do phone calls, I would do that immediately. Now we have services that does AI dials. So basically it's an automated process where it dials the individual. And again, they have to be able to give you their phone number, so that with their permission to call. But it'll be able to dial for them and request to book a call and push them even further to be able to do it. Now we have a call options. Now, do they book a call? Hopefully they booked a call. Now, in this case, there is a two-call system, right? In this case, it will be discovery call. And discovery call would go with usually the appointment setter. It's usually a quick call to understand what does the prospect want. But let's say, for example, they did not book a call. So here's what we do. We have a follow email within an hour. And we want to do this relatively quickly, very, very fast, because we want to remind them to book a call. And it could be many reasons why they book a call. They didn't book a call because maybe they got distracted. They got busy. A client called. The kid started bugging them. Their wife needs something. There's 1,000 things, or it doesn't have to be a wife. It could be their spouse, who someone needs them for something, and they just forget. Or they need to check their schedule, and they haven't looked at their schedule yet, and they forgot about it. I mean, they could be at dozens of reasons. So you want to remind them. 1 hour, 3 hours, and then every 3 hours up to 24 hours, right? So and these messages, in these messages, they're written very delicately. One, you're presenting the problem of, hey, this is what you did. You've almost booked a call. You're almost there. So let's get you across the finish line. 2, is there something that we're missing here? Because you look like you're about to book a call, but looks like you stopped here. And number 3, hey, here's some value that we can give to you. By the way, don't forget to book a call. And so we want to get them as quickly as possible. I know it probably sounds annoying, right? You get so many emails right in the front, but most cases you're paying for this lead. You're paying Facebook. You're paying, you're paying Meta. You're paying Google. You're paying somebody for this lead. You do cold email. You're paying somebody for this lead. And so this lead is money. And so that's costing you money for that lead. And how do you maximize this, right? And so they're in your ecosystem. You want to be able, as much as you possibly can without bugging them, right? But the beginning is going to be the most important because that's when they're most highest interested, is right in the beginning. And so we have this email follow-up. When we're sending text messages along the way too, I usually send just a few, 1, 2, 3 text messages, just real quick. Hey, this is, Jesse at Cultivate Inbox. Looks like you tried to book a call and you had some issues. Let me know if you need help. Something simple, and then let's say they booked a call, right? So yes, they didn't book a call. And then we move them over to just the general automation, right? So, we don't want to keep bugging them over calls. So if we do all of this and they still don't book a call, then I'm going to put them on a regular drip series, and I'll explain to you in another video what my regular drip series usually looks. But usually it's broken down to 30, 60, 90-day segmentation, which is really important. So, usually after 90 days, I just remove them from the list entirely. Because if they haven't opened up the email, if they've done no engagement, haven't clicked anything, haven't opened emails in 90 days, it's pointless having them on. So we really don't want them. So, but let's say they book a call. Perfect. We move it over here. Now we want to educate them, right? Intro call booked, call confirmation and preparation. Here's what you need. Information about the company. Did they open up the email? Did not open up the email, right? Handling some sort of objection. We want to send value reinforcements to case study. So, I don't send every single one of these emails, but these are example emails that I like to send, right? We send email confirmations. We send reminders about, here's what it is about the company. You're confirming them with a call. And again, not every single one of these are emails. So it's okay. Don't panic. We're not sending them 1,000 emails. What we're doing is we're taking something specific out of this and all right, maybe they have questions for, questions that usual prospects have, or, personal outreach by the team, or maybe we explain details about the call, what happened. But really, realistically, we're sending some reminders along the way, 1 day, 1 hour, and just right on the dot before the call, right on the call time. And they attend. No intro, the no show. They did attend, intro complete. Awesome. Demo aligned. Are they setting up the demo call? And so now they schedule a demo call. Now, real quick, if they didn't go, intro no show, we send them an email, automated email follow-up. They respond, yes. They reschedule, yes. We move them back up here, right? They didn't schedule, right? Response no, automated email follow-up, right? And we go back to push them to schedule another call. And again, we don't do this every single time. Usually after the second time, we push them over to just a general email sentence, Gen Pop. The intro is complete. Did the demo align? Yes. So perfect. We booked a demo call. Awesome. No, kind of move them over to some different automations here. They didn't quite align with it. So we're trying to figure out what we want to do with them at this point. Do we want to book another call with them or not? And so that's kind of where this is at. No, it could be any number of things that we do that goes into here. But let's just assume that we booked a demo call. Now, in the demo call, again, demo confirmation and preparation. So again, we're sending information about the company. We're sending them demo reminders. Did the demo show? Or did they reschedule? What happened? So let's say the demo no showed. Again, we push them back over here. Did they respond? No, yes, and reschedule. We push them back over here. But let's say, for example, things worked out. The deal closed. Perfect. They move them over to over here to the actual follow-up for the deposit. Do they send the contract over? And once the contract's sent over, then the deal won. The deal's won. And so we have that here. The demo complete here. Deal closed? No. It can not close for any number of reasons. So, again, so this is going to all be dependent on what's the reason why they didn't close. It could be they didn't close because they truly didn't have the money, the funds to do this, or they didn't have the time, or they're just not sure. And so we want to make sure there's follow-up happens on that as well. We're capturing as much as we possibly can inside of that. So anyway, so that is the kind of the quick process of kind of what we do here. And again, every one of these is customized. What you're looking at is just kind of a blank template. within that template, and we customize everything that goes into the system. So if you find this interesting and this is something that you want to do or pursue, shoot me a message. Love to chat with you. We could book a demo. We can go over this in detail if this works for you. Hopefully that helps, and certainly love to share more. Talk soon.